I'm sorry, can you repeat that again, please? British colony, la colonie. Good. Okay, good.
It's the first meal with the First Nation.
Good.
And we eat turkey.
Good. Turkey is very important, yes.
Thanksgiving is a party where we can eat turkey, pumpkin pie with our family.
Oh, it sounds like you know a lot already, yes.
Thanksgiving is a party on the fourth Thursday of November.
You know everything. You should teach. This is good. So, what is thanks?
Merci.
Merci. Or we could also say remerciement dans ce cas. And to give, donner. So Thanksgiving means it's okay. Can you log me on to the internet? Thank you. No problem.
So sorry.
We are System D here. Yes.
Ça veut dire il donne des trucs en remerciement.
Yes, so Thanksgiving means to give thanks, to donner remerciement. And also, for example, it can be translated as action de grâce. For example, when in church we have une messe d'action de grâce, in English we say it's a Thanksgiving Mass. So that's another way of translating it. Does that make sense? Pilgrims. What's a pilgrim? I heard it. Yes?
C'est le pèlerin.
Yes, and what's a pèlerin?
C'est une personne qui voyage dans plusieurs lieux.
Yes.
Qui,
Dans quel but? For what reason?
immigrer pour
Okay, yes?
Il va dans un lieu sacré, dans un des trois lieux sacrés.
Yes, so it's people who go from one place to another place for religious reasons. What are some famous pilgrimages? Yes?
Roman?
To go to Rome, yes? There are many, many, many. Yes?
Jerusalem?
Jerusalem or Lourdes or even Mecca. These are all places that people go for religious reasons. So the pilgrims were a group of people from what country?
England.
England, who made a voyage to the New World for religious reasons. And what does harvest mean? You know this word? In September, October, November, what do? We harvest food. The crops are ready. Apples and pumpkins and corn.
The crops in the paper you had to do on the Indians, you had a list of vocabulary, and in this list there was the word crop, so that if you could not remember it, just check in your vocabulary.
Yes? La récolte. Yes, the harvest. So they were fine, they did it on the board. And
here is the text. Normally, a teacher, if the work manages to repair the machine, we should have the documents.
Okay, I think we're small enough, because I've been in classrooms where they were far away and couldn't see, so I think we'll be fine here. This is a nice size group. So we can move right to the text. No, wait, I'm sorry. It's not my next thing. I'm going to, what time does the bell ring? 11. Got it. Oh, sorry, what did you need? La récolte? I'm going to show you some American foods, and you guess what they are, because food is a big part of Thanksgiving. So I have a slideshow. It's in my flash drive. Ordinateur. Yeah. And space. Everyone thinks that Americans eat only hamburgers. It's not true. So these are foods that Americans eat besides hamburgers, and I want you to guess what each one is. What is it? Yes? No? It's a sandwich of what kind? Yes? It's a sandwich. Yes? Good guess. It's peanut butter and jelly. This is typical everyday American kids eat this. It's in their lunchbox at school. Good. 8.
8 from pumpkin and white turkey.
Yes. Are there any words you don't understand? Any questions? The harvest is what? Récolte. A festival is what? Festival. Wampanoag is the name of the tribe, une tribu. And Massachusetts is a state. Now it's a state, but then it wasn't a state yet. Ce n'était pas encore un État à cette époque-là, parce que l'Amérique n'était pas créée. Okay. Next paragraph, please. Yes?
On September 6, 1620, the 5
Pilgrims.
left Plymouth.
It looks like Plymouth, but we say Plymouth. Yes, Plymouth.
England for the New World on the ship called the Mayflower. There were about 100 men, women, and children. They left for religious reasons. The voyage took more than 2 months.
Good. And women, we say one woman, and two women. It looks like, we say it like this for some strange reason. One woman, 2 women. Say women. Women. Good. Any questions there? Good. Okay, next paragraph. Yes, please.
The first winter was very hard for the pilgrims. Only 50 people survived. But in March 1621, an Indian came to help them. His name was
Squanto.
Squanto. He could speak English and told the pilgrims how to plant corn. The harvest in October was abundant, and the pilgrims had enough food for the winter. Enough food for the winter. It was time to celebrate.
Okay, thank you. Any questions there? Good. Okay, next paragraph. Yes?
In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln
Declared.
declared Thanksgiving a national holiday. He wanted to unify all the American people from different cultures, religion, and political parties. He wanted to unify the North and the South, who were fighting and bloody civil war.
Right. So, en fait, il a créé le Thanksgiving, il a déclaré le Thanksgiving parce qu'on n'avait pas beaucoup de fêtes pour nous réunir en Amérique parce que ici en France, c'est quoi les fêtes nationales?
Noël.
Noël,
Nouvel An,
Nouvel An,
14 juillet.
yes, Pâques,
Le 14
Halloween, la Toussaint, l'Ascension. Il y a beaucoup de fêtes du calendrier catholique, ce qui est normal parce que c'était un pays catholique au départ. Mais l'Amérique n'était pas un pays catholique. Donc, au fur et à mesure, on doit un peu inventer les fêtes pour nous réunir qui sont nouveaux. So that's why Abraham Lincoln declared Thanksgiving, because we were fighting in guerre civile. Okay, so everybody come together and make peace. Okay, last paragraph. Yes?
Thanksgiving is a time of turkey, pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce. It is a time of holiday parades, football games on TV, and giant balloons. But most of all, Thanksgiving Day in America is a time to give thanks for the good things in life, family, friends, and abundant harvest.
Good, thank you. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay, I want to show you a little video about Squanto. Where is the internet? Here it is. So, what is today? What is today? Is it the fourth Thursday of November?
Yes.
So what is today? It's Thanksgiving. My family is celebrating Thanksgiving today. Oh, the sound. How do we get the sound going?
Unfortunately, Sister Nadine, you said.
Okay, so I'll just read it. Okay.
Yes. Yes, here.
Okay, so we'll
It's the
try.
last one.
And the story of Squanto. Squanto was a Native American. He was a member of the Patuxet people. The Patuxet is another tribe.
The Patuxet people, they lived in a place we now call
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Pilgrims came to North America
on a ship called the Mayflower
on a ship called the Mayflower. They came from England.
from England. Squanto talked with them.
Squanto talked with them.
He knew how to speak
He
English.
knew how to speak English.
Squanto was a helper.
Squanto was a helper.
He helped the Pilgrims get to know other Native Americans.
He helped the Pilgrims get to know other Native Americans.
Squanto was a guide.
Squanto was a guide.
He took the Pilgrims to the river to catch fish.
He took the Pilgrims to the river to catch fish.
He showed the
He showed the Pilgrims where to hunt.
Pilgrims where to hunt. Squanto was a teacher.
Squanto was a teacher.
He taught the Pilgrims how to plant corn.
He taught the Pilgrims how to plant corn.
He put fish into the ground
He put fish into the ground
along with the corn seeds.
along with the corn seeds.
That made the soil better for growing corn.
That made the soil better for growing corn.
Squanto
Squanto was a friend.
was a friend. He showed the Pilgrim children where to find nuts and berries.
He showed the Pilgrim children where to find nuts and berries.
Squanto had taught the Pilgrims many things.
Squanto had taught the Pilgrims many things.
Soon the Pilgrims harvested their
Soon
crops.
the Pilgrims harvested their crops.
They had corn, beans, and squash.
They had corn, beans, and squash. Squash is anything in the courge family. So courge, citrouille, it's the Indian word.
The Pilgrims decided to have a harvest feast.
The Pilgrims decided to have a harvest feast.
They invited Squanto and other
They invited Squanto and other Native
Native Americans.
Americans.
They all ate together and gave thanks.
They all ate together and gave thanks. Are there any questions? Anything you're curious about? Nothing at all? Why did Squanto know how to speak English? How could he speak English already? How did he learn English? Any idea? Well, what happened to Squanto, I'll say it in English, and if we can go back in French. Some years before the Pilgrims arrived, Squanto was taken captive and sold to be a slave in Europe. And he escaped. And he wanted to go back home. So he went to England and lived until he could buy his ticket back to England. And so he lived in England, and that's where he learned English. But when he arrived back home, all his family and all his people were dead because of disease. And so that's why he was a member of the Patuxet, but he lived with the Wampanoag because he didn't have any more family. So that's how he was able to communicate with the Pilgrims. Who would like to recap what I just said in French to check understanding?